The All Progressives Congress has been fooling Nigerians since 2015 till date. In 2015, the promise was El Dorado to bring peace and prosperity to Nigeria, to reposition Nigeria for greatness. It never happened. Nigeria has been going from bad to worse 2015 till date. The promise in 2015 was to sell fuel at 50 naira per liter. It never happened. What happened was increment upon increment until the years towards the end of the second term of President Muhammadu Buhari, when he increased the fuel price to more than 200 naira per liter. And Nigerians were crying because that was far above the take home of workers. And the inflation arising from it affected the citizens generally. And they were crying. And Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as somebody seeking to be elected the president to replace Muhammadu Buhari, said, I heard that they have increased fuel price. We will bring it down. It never happened. What happened was first subsidy is gone, and automatically the fuel price skyrocketed to more than triple what Nigerians were crying over. And not long after, all subsidies are gone. If you look at it, how did Muhammadu Buhari get re-elected in 2019? If not for people like Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who drummed support for him and saying that he will perfect everything in his second term. Look back and see how Buhari worsened everything in his second term, so that his second term was more brutal than his first term, security-wise, economically, and otherwise. But of course, economic degradation is always an impetus to heightening of criminal activities. So now, Tinubu, rather than bringing down fuel price, escalated it even more than triple what the price he inherited. Can you imagine? But he said one thing that Nigerians should hold him to, that if he did not give Nigerians electricity, he should not be re-elected. And that is to be understood as meaning pervasive and stable electricity, which is not and should not be beyond Nigeria, with petroleum revenue, other untapped mineral resources, leading to worsening mass abject poverty, serious retrogression, of course dating back to particularly 2009, when the war against the Boko Haram Muslim community started under the umbrella of the People's Democratic Party, then headed by Umaru Musa Yar'Adua as Nigeria's president, but perpetuated since then till now, to which Muhammadu Buhari added herdsmen terrorism, and Bola Ahmed Tinubu added all subsidies are gone, not only fuel subsidy, yet sinking Nigeria in debts. And now, time for accountability. You promised to give Nigeria stable, pervasive, stable electricity, without which you should not be re-elected. So Nigerians should hold him to that vow. If Nigerians love themselves. But again, Nigerians can only look to a united front against the APC, with particular reference to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But what are the opposition political parties doing? Are they uniting to liberate Nigeria, or they are going individually, which cannot help the liberation? The promise in 2015 by the All Progressives Congress was to liberate Nigeria from war and penury, but the APC has compounded it, because everything was based on foolery and deception. Now, alpha opposition political parties unite for this common cause, the need to get rid of the All Progressives Congress. Because in the absence of military intervention to restore sanity where the ruling people derail, is no longer feasible. The only thing Nigerians can hope on or hope in now is formidable opposition, as happened in 2015. Unfortunately, the promise was not fulfilled because there was no sincerity of purpose. And now, Nigerians must rise and hold Bola Ahmed Tinubu to his vow. If I don't provide you electricity, don't re-elect me. Turn your back to me if I again ask for your votes. Opposition political parties, take advantage of the momentum, not again to fool Nigerians. Remember posterity. But Nigerians must desire liberation, because the Yoruba people say, "Ọmọ tó ṣíwọ́ là á gbé." If you want to carry a baby and the baby does not stretch out, it's not possible. But the opposition must stretch out to carry the baby. Because it's one thing for the baby to want to be carried. It's another thing to get somebody to carry it. So it's a mutual responsibility, mutual focus. Those of you who are clamoring for the re-election of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as for the re-election of Muhammadu Buhari, I remind you of posterity. Yesterday, the People's Democratic Party thought that it was invincible, but no condition is permanent.